Leclerc! Leclerc!
Charles Leclerc! Charles Leclerc! Dude, he's happy.
He's happy, Leclerc. Oh my God, he's showing the shirt right away. Right away.
He's not sad.
Stop. I feel
He's
like
happy.
I feel like I'm on TikTok Shop. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. What a race. What a race. At the greatest racetrack ever. At the greatest, most well-run track ever.
If
Wow.
they do say so themselves. Often
On
often.
the 4th of July, 4th of July weekend, a bunch of British people telling me this is the greatest track ever. Fuck, what a disaster that was. What a shit show. What a fucking shit show that was.
So, Matt, you started the episode with Leclerc. I was going to start the episode with something is broken in the car. Venkas. Something is broken. No, there is something fundamental that is wrong.
It is deeper. It is deeper.
It is deeper than the regulations, Venkers. It is deeper. It is.
Something
goes
is
to the top of
rotten.
Anchor.
Something is rotten in the state of Formula One.
Oh my God. What the hell just happened? What the hell just happened?
I don't even know. What the fuck did we just see? I'm at an absolute loss. First it was, oh my God, Leclerc's back. Then it's like, oh no, here we go. Kimi's gonna fucking do it again. Oh, George is fucked now. This championship's blown wide open. Then the story's, oh no, Kimi's fucked now. Oh God, now George is making a gain, but doesn't really deserve it, and it's really awkward. And then it's like, fuck this FIA. This FIA really can't figure this out. There's like too many threads. Those are the threads. I guess let's do a metaverse, and let's just do each one. And we'll just hit each version of the podcast, and you guys could be in the Marvel movie or the Spider-Man movie where we hit each one, because really those are the threads. Each feeling was real that we had of like what the story was,
right?
And they felt Go ahead.
I think we need to start with the FIA. We need to start with this safety car. No safety car.
In front of 550,000. They kept talking record crowds. Oh, just a bunch of British people being like, oh, just when we thought it couldn't get any more full. Just when we thought it couldn't get any more popular. Oh, yes. It's the best. It's the best racetrack ever. I'm not saying it's a bad racetrack. It's a very good racetrack. But, it's just they doth proclaim too much, these British people. They doth proclaim too much. The World Cup's on, and I hear a bunch of British people slagging off the US, saying they're not that good. I'm like, you guys, who did they just beat by like a pubic hair? Like, are they like Harry Kane had to pull something out of, like, they're not that good themselves.
Dude, I've got some money on Mexico, baby. I think Mexico is going to have their day with England in the World Cup today. I think
Mexico, I mean, this might age like milk because this is coming out like today, but and they're playing today, but like, I hope Mexico turns them into fucking shredded taco meat. That's what I hope happens. I hope they beat Harry Kane's pasty white ass into the fucking, because they kept, and then in front of this record amount of people, the population of Cape Verde, they put on this sham of an ending. They don't give these people a final lap, and they got me in the corner saying, where's Michael Massey?
Yeah.
Get him out of Guantanamo Bay, or where the fuck they've kept him. Well, has anybody seen this guy? Because let's get this shit popping, right?
Yeah.
Even Lewis is like, where's Michael Massey? Michael Massey would have found a way to get, because now you see what it's like. Now you see the other, when the shoe's on the other foot. Not so nice. Not so nice finishing under a fucking safety car. Is it? Just like, just figure it out. Let him go. Let him go. Let him gain. It was so annoying. And here's the other thing. The track that they said has been around for 50 years. This is the oldest track.
Yeah.
Even longer, but Formula 1.
75 years, I believe. 76 years, yeah.
Whatever. It's been around. They said the Latin version of 75. They're like, what's the Latin version? It's like something that nobody fucking knows. I remember when my college turned 150 years old. They're like, when I was there, and they're like, it's the sesquicentennial. I'm like, that's not a thing. Sesquicentennial's not a thing, guys. You're just making it a thing. Anyway, so that's what they're trying to do. It's like, you've been around for so long, and Max's car goes off right where cars go off. It's what was it, Cops or Stowe? It was one of those
whatever.
Big corners. Right at the edge of the track.
Yes.
Just clear them off. How hard can it be?
Guess what? You're seeing, they did clear him off.
Well,
they cleared him the fuck off. And then from race control, because it wasn't just, because then there was like, no, this was just on the broadcast that this was coming. No, this came from race control. Safety car coming in at the end of this lap, in the penultimate lap. So we were going to have one lap left of racing to go. And then for some reason, they say no. What was it? Do you know?
I think they were saying that, like, Leclerc had just crossed the line. Like, the lead car had just crossed the line. And technically, you need everyone needs a clean extra lap.
What are we doing here?
Because, you know what? It's because of 2021. They've really tightened it up. They really tightened it up. And I think they need to, maybe they might have overcorrected here. And they need to find the happy balance between what we just saw and Michael Massey. I think we need the race director to be like, okay, you don't need maybe 98% of a clean lap for everybody is fucking enough, because that's a miscarriage. How many times are we gonna fuck Lewis? How many times Lewis got fucked on both ends of this?
I know. Dude, fucking
Lewis was like, well, we can't let Lewis get fucked by the safety car again, so we got to bring him in. He's got to have the fresh tires, because remember 2021? And he's like, I'm ready with my fucking fresh tires. Ain't nobody gonna catch me. And then they don't even let him. They don't even let him go. But I got to give my props, though, because at least MBS was locked in this week. His priorities were oh, wait, no, he wasn't. He was in the fucking Lego race. Jenny sent me. I didn't watch the Lego race because I'm in LA, and I had to get up. I got to get out the ass crack of dawn, so that I didn't watch the Lego race. But Jenny sent me a still, and I just see MBS. He's the most distinct looking man I've ever seen in my life. MBS in a full suit, looking like a full Mario Kart villain in the gravel. I'm like, that is AI. Jenny, stop being a boomer. Stop sending me this AI slop. And then I go, and he's really there.
Yeah.
He's really there. And I go, this is some Kash Patel bullshit. This is crazy. Like, you think it's Michael Scott. It's crazy. You want to be one of the you're not one of the guys. What are you doing?
And it's so funny, too, because I saw that. I was like, there's no way this is real. This must be fake. And then I said, this doesn't make sense. Why would the head of the FIA, why would the head of the referees be participating in the fun track for the fans? This is for the fans. Right. And there's also a financial component to this. This is like a huge promotional leg for Lego. And
Lego
now
paid an arm and a leg to have this happen.
But also, like, you should not be participating in the financial. It's like, these things need to be separate. And then I said, well, if it should be anyone, it should be Stefano Domenicali. Now, Stefano Domenicali also participated in the Lego race, but here's the difference. Stefano Domenicali didn't like try to fucking bump elbows with the boys.
And he wasn't, and he was in the front. He rode in the front, MBS.
And he didn't try to cut the fucking corner with the boys. And then like he's in there cutting the corner and everyone's like, oh, funny. And he's trying to relate to all of them. MBS is trying to relate to all of them and be like, isn't this hilarious, guys? And like, what are you doing here? Steve Buscemi. Hello, fellow kids. Like, get the fuck out. And how beautiful and how beautiful for the race and the race day to start with the head of the FIA, Mohammed Ben Sulayem, making a fool of himself on the public stage, but having fun. Everything's great. Aren't we all? Isn't everything amazing? That was the energy that he wanted to have for the weekend. And then it ends with the travesty that was the race control call to not have us do one lap. When the danger was cleared, the unlapped cars had unlapped themselves, and we had like an ability to have to end the race under a green flag. But no, they denied us that. They told us that it was happening. They took it the fuck back, and
they said it was happening. They said it was. They blue balled us, right? They said
yes, we were about to come, and they punched us in the fucking nuts. That's what happened. It was that. That's what went down.
Right, and then it's just, and because we just haven't had a week without an FIA scandal. We had, Monaco was the fucking biggest disaster. And then like the sensors were wrong. And then they gave Gasly like his podium. And then what happened? Like last week was there was like some incident that may or may like was questionable. What happened? What happened last race? What happened in Austria?
It's
There's
so
something every week.
No, this entire year has been a mess with regards to the FIA. Let's just go through like the year with regards to what the FIA is responsible for and where they're not meeting the mark. Okay, let's start with the regulations. The regulations. The entire first quarter of the season has been marred with these. Max Verstappen is going to quit. These new regulations are horrible. There's the compression ratio loophole controversy. There's all that craziness.
There's the yo-yo racing.
There's the yo-yo racing. We all know what happens. What happened?
There's the Melbourne. The powers are the power units are starved. There's Japan where they're not taking the Degnas or the fast corners flat 130R or whatever.
And in Japan there's the Ollie Behrman crash. So Ollie Behrman almost fucking like has a serious major injury because they're not really listening to the teams. They're not really listening to the drivers. The drivers are hemming and hawing, and no one's paying attention about the safety. There's the 5-second. We all got to charge up at the beginning of the thing because no one can get a good start. So let's all hold and charge for safety, sure. But like the whole thing's a fucking mess.
And that hurt Ferrari's advantage because they had planned for that.
Yes. Then we hit. There's penalties here and there. There's a few controversies with penalties, but then we hit Monaco. And there's 8,000 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane. There's the tarmac crumbling into itself. They have Gasly protested. He gets his podium back. All the other teams were like, what the fuck? How is this okay? But nothing else is okay. Then Austria. Race control. During qualifying, Max crashes, the yellow flag, that controversy. That should have been a double wave yellow. The George Russell gets through. Another fuck up there. And now this. I mean, this year has just been like one fuck up from a
You're forgetting one. You're forgetting one.
Which one?
A duo. That's a controversy.
A duo. Apparently,
Red Bull has the best engine.
Yeah. What are these systems that we're using in order to determine this? Like, how the fuck is this happening? It's just been, it's been a clown show. It's been a clown show, and you no further evidence of the clown show than on a race like this that ends in the way that it does. That it starts off with the guy who runs the organization, who ran on a pose and no longer has term limits, just fucking palling around with the drivers and they all have to make nice to him because he's, has the power.
Yeah, he's gonna start naming straights after himself. He's gonna start building monuments. We're heading that direction with this guy. It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
But yeah. So fuck the FIA. That was crazy. That was crazy. That in front of a record Silverstone crowd, they didn't deliver a fucking one racing lap. Crazy. But do you want to go back in time and start with Leclerc?
Yeah.
Where do you want to take it?
Well, there was the sprint, obviously. Lewis has the pole on the sprint. Kimi has, gets him in the sprint race.
Hunts him down, yes.
Then, I don't know. With the Leclerc thing, it's interesting because, this race was spelling out that this race looked like it was going to be sound and fury, signifying Kimi Antonelli wins another race. This was Kimi's race. Kimi was all set to catch Leclerc. He was gaining on him like crazy. It was like a 4.5 second gap with 15 laps to go. He had him. He had him. It was in the bag.
Charles had one of the best radios of the day when he goes, "We are not in a very good. We are." And they were like, he was like, "Should we pit?" And they were like, "No." He goes, "We are not in a very good place, eh?"
Yes, because he's seen Kimi's laps. He knows who's behind him. You see the deltas of the, you see what the delta is, and he's like, "Oh fuck, this kid is catching me. He is going to hunt me the fuck down." Yeah.
And even if he pit, he wasn't gonna he was gonna have 4 laps and fresher tires, kind of hunt him down. The offset wasn't gonna be there. He was fucked.
No, he was a sitting duck.
Yeah.
He was a sitting duck waiting for, it was a pig to slaughter. And then, this is interesting. What we said in the beginning of the year, the racing gods, they come for everyone. And your George Russell, first 5 races of the season, had 3 or 4 unlucky races. And now Kimi has had a string of unlucky races.
Well, it looked like George was going to have the unlucky race with the slow puncture. We could debate later whether that actually was actually worked in his favor in a weird way. It would have been probably better if he just kept the place. But anyway, because I actually think, we could talk about that later. But you think that it's going to be, oh man, George has gone from bad to worse here. But then they just serve Kimi. They just serve him on a platter. It was crazy.
That was brutal.
That was brutal. And what was so amazing was he was like, I said, this is an old reference, but he's like that Black Knight in Holy Grail that keeps getting his limbs cut off. And he's like, it's just a flesh wound. And he just keeps fighting. And they're like, Kimi, yeah, maybe we should. He's like, no, I could still do it. He goes, I can't turn. And it's just like whiplash. He goes, I can't turn. He goes, maybe you should bring it in. I'm going to keep going though. Yeah. What place am I
in? No, it was a valiant effort. It was pretty painful, honestly, to hear him as the world crumbles around him say I can still do it, guys. I can still do it. I swear. I mean, we have the quotes. Something is broken in the car.
I ain't hear no bell.
Because what happens is he's, the thing breaks, but he doesn't see what it is, right? So then they bring him in, and they're like, oh, let's change the tires, let's replace the front wing, and maybe that'll
Did you try restarting it?
Yeah, exactly.
They literally
he gets back out. He gets back out. The problem's still there. He's like, it is something deeper. It is something deeper. So then they realize what it is. It's the wing cover, wing shield, which I didn't even know existed.
It's a wheel shield or something like that. Yeah.
Wheel shield. Sorry, the wheel shield. They bring him back in. They remove the wheel shield. They put him back out, and now he's in 10th. And yeah, I mean, it was like, this is what's, if I can stay in and get a point, then I'm going to try to do it. And I commend him for really going to the end. He hustled for the ball. But then there was a discussion, and this is an interesting discussion that they were having, was kind of like, he's now gone off a bunch of times and he's gotten track limits. And, Julian and Coulthard were saying, track limits really should be when you're like gaining an advantage. So you're going off because you're pushing it and you're gaining time. And he was not gaining time. So, like, should this really be a penalty? And he was complaining about that. I think we'll see. Mercedes might try to launch some type of protest to say that he shouldn't have been given a 5-second penalty for going off and not gaining any advantage of anything, losing time and losing, having a disadvantage. What are your thoughts there?
Also, you have to remember that a 5-second penalty becomes a death penalty when you finish under a safety car.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what the gap. You could build up whatever gap you want.
It seemed like for a second there he was going to be able to actually pull out a 5-second gap to Colapinto when before Max had his incident. But no, that wasn't meant to be.
I think you want to incentivize heroic drives like this, and I think the fact that they were kicking him while he was down, that we're not going to get to see a championship leader try to do something heroic like this. That they robbed us of a race. They robbed us of a race finish, and they robbed us of this. Like, how many fucking things are they going to rob us of on these like needle dick technicality bullshits? Like, he wasn't gaining an advantage. It's like, what's the spirit of the rule? As opposed to the letter of the rule. So I'm obviously gonna, as a fan, I'm gonna side on the he's going off because his car is in trouble. I mean, maybe the counter is, if you're going off, then maybe you're not safe, and you then fuck you. But and there was the thing with Lewis, right, where it's like, yeah, he started, he did a false start, but he didn't really gain an advantage, right? Because he's like, if you're actually looking at it, he started, he stopped, and then he started again, and he didn't get it. He was still behind his grid box. So, like, what advantage did he seemingly get? None. So I'm like, let it be. Like, if you don't get an advantage, like, what is the fucking big deal? If you didn't get an advantage and there's no safety implication, then what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that you don't want to have is like for there to be like the gray area that the teams can exploit. So you have to like, I fully prove that no advantage was gained and, have some type of room where someone can't be like, no, I didn't get an advantage. Like, look, like, and it's actually,
it's marginal, or it's
marginal. But this didn't seem marginal. Seemed like bullshit. He deserved the win. He did deserve the win. He deserved to win that fucking race.
Yes,
but it was not meant to be. And this has thrown a huge spanner into the fucking works, because now, I mean, what are the standings? Now the standings are Kimi has 179, George has 154, Lewis has 147. So now if George has a one race win and Kimi has another DNF, he's leading this championship.
I mean, George is fully in this. He's fully, I'm going to say this. George is fully mathematically in this. But the problem is this is not sustainable. He can't yellow card. I watched it too much World Cup. Yellow flag technicality, Kimi having a windshield strike his way. This is not sustainable. Kimi has now been faster than him every fucking race. So if he doesn't start winning, or, at least getting track position on him in, qualifying, then he's fucked. He can't, this is not sustainable. It's not a sustainable. And I don't think George has had his last retirement, the way these cars are looking, the way how fragile these fucking cars are, the way it's been going. So it's unsustainable.
No, he's gotta figure it out, because you're right. Kimi has had his number. I mean, Kimi has been on it really the entire year, and George has had his little moments here and there, but for the most part, he's not been even really close to Kimi's pace. What this buys George is like some time to figure out the car, because what we've now seen with Leclerc is, maybe with the right driver, even if it doesn't really like vibe with your driving style,
He can figure it out.
Leclerc's starting to figure it out. And this was a really impressive weekend from Leclerc. Really impressive race from Leclerc. Impressive qualifying from Leclerc, and like the fact that he was able to like hold it together during the race, which we know that Charles Leclerc, as a Saturday specialist, and sometimes he folds on Sunday. And as much as Kimi would have had him, probably had his car not broken down, he was able to keep that gap, keep Kimi behind him, be in control of that race, and not let Lewis get to him, because Lewis was behind him. They both jumped Kimi at the start, and Leclerc was able to hold that position. And I think it's a really, we've been talking a lot about Leclerc over the past few weeks, that Lewis is still the number one guy, that Lewis is the new number one guy, I should say. And
not me. Jenny, delete all the previous episodes. Delete the last couple episodes.
Yeah, but listen, I still kind of think that this is still Lewis has the edge over Leclerc over this season, but this is a huge, just in terms of confidence booster. Leclerc needed this race so fucking badly, because this is Lewis's house.
Yeah.
Like, he has a fucking straight named after him. He's won here 9 times. This was his 16th podium at Silverstone. Charles has never won here before.
What a place to stop the bleeding if you're Charles Leclerc. Jesus Christ. I mean, they were interviewing him, and he was just kind of going through. He was like, I crashed in Monaco. I think he crashed in Spain. He had a horrible race in Spain. Then he didn't do I don't think he did particularly well. And I think Austria was like, I think Lewis beat him in Austria, right? He's like going through his fucking, like, I was like, wow, he's had one horrible race after another. And I underestimated him, honestly. His ability to just stick with it and keep his head screwed on and realize, okay, a rising tide, Lewis is doing well now, but a rising tide lifts all ships. And this is if I just stick with this, it's gonna come back to me. And I think he was talking about, these are new brakes. This is a whole new system that they've kind of built around Lewis, and Lewis is accustomed to, and Lewis likes, and he just said, I need to just be patient and adapt. And that's what you need. That's what George needs to do, honestly. It might take him a minute, but he might never figure it out. But
well, he'll figure something out. But Kimi has it figured out. So can he figure it out in a way that's actually better than Kimi? I don't know. But yeah, no, Lewis was able. I mean, Charles was able to stop the bleeding. I still think that he's Lewis. This is still Lewis's season. I still think that he's number one driver. I'm not jumping off that. I'm not completely backtracking off of that just because of today. All things being what they should have been, like that would have been a second and third for Charles and Lewis.
Right. And you have to also remember that there was that moment where it's a great British bias moment where Lewis was like 1 second behind Charles, and they're like, oh, they're working together. They're telling each other, right? Great teamwork by the Ferrari. And then Lewis just starts drifting back. 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The lap times between Leclerc and Hamilton start drifting back, and Palmer and Coulthard and Jakes start to speculate. I think Lewis might be playing the team game here. I think he might be slowing down to back up Kimi Antonelli. Really brilliant move here by Lewis and Ferrari to drive slower, to back off Antonelli. And then they start realizing, and then Kimi starts, really taking chunks out of Lewis and then overtakes him. And then it's like, I don't think this one. Nah, guys, I don't think Lewis was playing the team game. I think he couldn't keep up with Charles. I think look, and Lewis even said, I was having trouble with the balance of the car. It wasn't. I didn't like it this week. It wasn't working for me. So I think Leclerc had a real race pace advantage on top of beating him in qualifying, which is usually where Lewis usually has the advantage in race pace. So yeah, it was nice to also see that the Ferrari starts are still worth something.
Right. That was fucking amazing. That start was incredible. That start was amazing. I was like, dude, I was so hyped when they both pipped Kimi. I was like, let's fucking go.
Here's the thing. George says he's unlucky. He was given a gift. He qualified like shit. He was given a gift, at least morally, right? He was given a moral gift. He qualified badly, very badly. And then Kimi was thrown right in his lap. It's like, okay, catch him. And he couldn't do it. So it's like he was given, that was your chance to at least get the moral victory before you had to puncture. Like, at least catch him. Like, dude, he's right there. If you're faster on Sundays, you should be able to stick with him and he couldn't. Lewis fucking got, he got Lewis like pretty quickly, and then George was nowhere. And then I think did Max get George? I can't remember.
I believe Max did get George. Yeah.
They were going back and forth. That was pretty epic. And
there was a whole period when it was Lewis, Max, and George, all the three of them battling. That was a brilliant little section and piece of the race. I mean, the thing that's coming up for me now, because it's like, I think you're right. Kimi has the pace. George has now gotten lucky. I mean, Kimi got lucky to an extent. George got unlucky in the first few races of the year, but now Kimi's had a few races in a row with bad luck. I mean, he had the retirement, right? He had the retirement in Barcelona. No, Austria, he got third place.
Okay.
Which you could say was unlucky because of the VSC. I mean, sorry, not because of the single wave yellow during qualifying.
Right.
And George was able to get him there. In Barcelona, he had the DNF. He caught George, and then battery overheated, and then he was out. And now this. So that's 3 races in a row where 2 DNFs for Kimi that George has not won those races, but he's gotten on the podium. He's gotten second place in both of those races. That's a collective 36 points of gain in these races where, Kimi just had mechanical failures. So I just wonder what it does to his mindset, because he is young. Does this kind of start to creep in some type of, I'm unlucky? Does this start to creep in like
No, I think you're feeling really good. If you beat him every week, this is inevitable. I mean, as long as the pace remains, there's just no way that he's not gonna win. It's just impossible. I mean, unless he gets 90% of this shit falls in his lap, and even if the spread is like 65-35 his way, he's still going to win, I think. Right. And so, yeah, I just don't think that it's possible unless George does a Lando Norris and turns it around. I just don't think it's possible, or starts to be like we see with Leclerc, figures something out, starts to reconnect. It's hard to tell George's mindset, because he's like, there's always something, right? It's not my track. I don't understand, this track doesn't agree with me. Today, on Saturday, it was I was off on the straights, not having good deployment on the straights, right? He blames the straight line speed. On the radio, it was very interesting. was so interesting watching George like be the lead driver by default, right? He was like, "Great job, guys. Unlucky with the slow puncture, and I was having some trouble with the straight line speed today." And then Toto goes, "Straight line speed was fine. No, don't even try to blame the straight line speed for your fucking lack of pace today, buddy." So like Toto shut that the fuck down. But then later when he was interviewed, he was like, I'm not going to be a world champion if I keep driving like this. Like he rationalized, I was better. He actually said, I felt better after Canada when I DNF'd than I do now. Because he's like, I felt like because I was ahead, I felt like I deserved that win more than I deserved where I am now. Which is like, so he's like not delusional, right? He's aware that he needs to make he's uncomfortable with these points. He'd feel a lot more comfortable being Kimi right now, being faster and having bad luck. Because faster is something you can kind of hang your hat on there.
Well, who else is not happy with what happened today is one Maximilian Verstappen.
God, I love him. I love him so much. When he crashed, he basically went, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm stuck here, mate. Fuck this car. Fuck. Unbelievable. Fuck this." And then they interviewed him about it. He was like, He was like, many people said, this is the worst car. This is a horrible car. I would have started from the pit lane if it was me. But no. Some people thought, no, like we should fight for a podium. No, like it's like the fact that he actually wanted to start from the pit lane is insane. And he's like, it's like, dude, you almost fucking got a podium. What are you talking about? Like, but he's just like, I knew I was right. I should have started from the podium. For the pit lane. He's like, I don't want, then he said, this is very pointed. He goes, "I can't wait to get out of here." He says something to the effect of, "I can't wait to get out of here. I just want to go home and not think about F1.
Wow. Yeah.
Just fuck this, screw you guys, and getting him."
I mean, the Eric Cartman of Formula One strikes again. Yeah, it's interesting. Like it's just been one thing after another. Like he wanted to start in the pit lane because he was like, these engines are trash. Like, I want a new engine. So let me start from the pit lane with a new engine because fuck these engines. But then I think what ultimately happened, what you said went down, was that it was another situation with the active aero. That, the rear flap closed before he was expecting it to. That's the same thing that happened during qualifying in Austria. And he was saying, that happens once. That's, it happens. But now it's happening again. Like, is this a pattern? So that's a whole separate issue. There's the engine that he doesn't like. There was also that great moment where he was like, "I haven't said anything for a few laps, but gearbox still sucks, guys. Gearbox still sucks. Been biting my tongue, just gathering some information. But in case you're wondering, the gearbox I'm complaining about, yeah, still trash. Still trash, guys."
My mother at the restaurant. I don't want to complain, but and then just out.
And then you look down, and it was like, "But you did eat most of your meal." Well, what was I supposed to do?
Yeah. Well, if I sent it back, we'd be here. Well, we'd be here until forever.
That's right. But yeah, I mean, I guess the question that I have now with this whole situation is, does Max Verstappen hate the regs and Formula One, or is he starting to get hate being on Red Bull in this car?
I think both.
Uh-huh.
I think it's hard to. I think it's hard to for him to probably. This is not a word, but it's hard for him to not conflate. How can you not conflate them? Like, he would have a different feeling if he was on Mercedes winning races. I mean, where the regulations weren't great when he was dominating. I mean, you had the DRS train. You couldn't follow anybody, but guess what? He was in front, so he didn't have to fucking worry about it. So, I think I think I think he doesn't like the regs. I think he thinks they're antithetical to racing, and his car sucks. And he just, I don't know. It's just like it's I've met people like this. I've met artists like this who, if they can't do it the way they want to do it, they'd rather just not do it. They'd rather just sit at home and be with their family. So that just might be him. If he can't do it the way he wants to do it, then he's just not going to do it.
Yeah.
At the level that he wants to do it at.
He's so fed up. Yeah, you get the cracks. I mean, not that he doesn't share his opinions about things, but that to me was so kind of illuminating, revealing. Fuck this car. Fuck this. Like, I'm out of here.
You know what he sounds like? He sounds like somebody, and I've met people there's tons of people like this in my life that just works for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't live to work?
They work to live. Yeah.
He's like, I can't wait to just fucking get home and check out.
Right.
That's what he's sounding like now. Like, this is just a job to him now.
Right.
When you say, I can't wait to get home and not think about F1, it's like, he sounds like he's fucking works in fucking analytics or some job or insurance or some job that he doesn't like.
He's counting down the days till like his pension, till he gets his pension. Then he's going to be like, and then I quit. Like that does seem like his vibe and attitude. And it does make me question and wonder what his future is, because those kind of narratives have kind of settled down a little bit. The Max is retiring, Max is leaving, 24 hours at Nürburgring. Like these things are, that narrative is kind of calmed down. There was the rumors that he was talking with McLaren. Zach Brown kind of came in pretty, swiftly and said, like, we talked to him, but unless Oscar Orlando slips in a banana peel, it's not happening. So he does feel kind of stuck, maybe, because now with Kimi coming online like he has, apparently the rumor was that Toto gave him like a kind of bullshit lowball offer. Ferrari
he doesn't feel like he needs him. Like, why do I need him?
He doesn't need him. So like Max is kind of stuck at Red Bull.
He can't go to Ferrari.
No, he can't go to any of the top
Charles.
teams.
He just signed Charles for like a total like a long-term deal.
And Lewis has come online. There's kind of nowhere for him to go, and it seems like Red Bull is the only place. That's where he's got to be, and I think he's asking himself probably, like, if this is where I'm gonna be, then is it really worth it for me to be here?
Here's the thing. I think we take him at what he says a lot, and I've learned a lot about myself, right? It's tough. Sometimes people say things and they believe what they say, but it's not necessarily true. Like, I was very blasé about my own wedding. My fiance was very all in, like, this is the most important day of our lives. I'm like, yeah, sure. And people were asking about the wedding, and I was like, yeah, it'd be nice to get married. This is really like her thing, though. And I really didn't. And people were like, are you nervous? I go, no. Very blasé about the whole thing. And I wasn't lying, right? But then the day came and I was like I got wept. Like, it snuck up. So it's like, and that just gave me a window into, and this has happened to me, but this just gave me a window to like how little I even knew myself, right? And I think this happens to a lot of athletes where they go, or coaches, right? Where they go, fuck this. I want to retire. I want to sit on the beach. I want to spend more time with my family. Like, and then they do it and they're like, never, like, look at Tom Brady, right? Retired for like 1 year, came right back, lost his whole family because of it, right? So it's just, these guys don't even, like, we don't know, but maybe not even him. is the
Right.
problem.
Right. Yeah.
So we want to talk about the safety car. I mean, the Lewis decision with George to bring him in.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. I think you got to do that.
I mean, George was on newer tires.
Yeah. I just think that's the right move. I think that they did the right thing.
Do you think George would have got him though?
Would have got who?
Lewis.
Oh, would George have gotten Lewis if Lewis hadn't?
Had stayed out.
What were the how much fresher were? No, they were on the same exact. Oh no, he was on mediums. He was on mediums.
George was on newer
yeah.
mediums because he had the slow puncture.
Yeah, I think that's a real risk. I think it's a real risk that he would have gotten him. I think it's the right move. I think that it seemed like there was enough time to get that car the fuck out of there, and you would have had one lap left, and I think that Lewis would have gotten him. And
he definitely would have gotten him if it went.
I think you're putting yourself, you're a sitting duck, and you are definitely putting yourself at risk of George getting you, especially with the power deployment that the Mercedes has. I think that you're absolutely putting yourself at risk there. To me, it's the right move.
Wow.
And I think that race control fucked that up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, he's Lewis Hamilton, but God damn it. I mean, George had the newer, Lewis was like on old hards, and
yeah,
George was on newer mediums.
Right.
I know mediums degrade a little bit faster, but his
mediums at that point were 17 laps old. And we saw that the mediums went like 26, 28 laps for people.
Right. And how old were Lewis's hards?
Lewis came in, I think, at lap 26. So
he had like,
and it was 54 laps, you know,
28 laps old,
yeah.
27 laps old. How you would have been on 27 laps old? I don't know. Maybe it gets a bit marginal at that point. But yeah, they thought that they protected their downside, I guess, if he doesn't get, maybe, I don't know. It was close.
It was just a fucking bummer. It just sucked.
It was a bummer. It was a bummer.
It was such a fucking bummer.
Bring back Michael Massey.
A dry hump.
Bring back Michael Massey.
Bring back Michael Massey. Okay, let's get into our awards for this race. Hottest moment of the day.
Max and George obviously going at it.
To me, I think it was that Ferrari start.
Yeah, that was pretty
Ferrari
fucking lit.
start was sexy. I need that to be like, that was the best part of the early portion of the season, was Ferrari being able to just be lightning quick at the beginning of the race.
Makes you really appreciate Max more. It's like when Max had the fastest car, like it's like Mercedes has the fastest car, and it's just always something with these guys. When Max had the fastest car, it was just every race was just a snoozer. But these Mercedes guys, they're keeping it interesting. McLaren kept it interesting. You know, Max doesn't keep it interesting when he's got the fastest car. It's just, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So thank God for Mercedes and these two boys.
Daddy of the day.
Leclerc.
A lot of people had Leclerc.
Leclerc just fucking sticking with it. Sticking with it. His wife, him and his wife are separated. She's seeing a new guy, but he's still fucking going to work every day and bringing home the goddamn bacon. He's still providing for La Familia or whatever you say it. La Familia.
Yeah.
He's still fucking providing. He's still showing up for the kids.
Yeah.
At Maranello.
You know what I'm giving Daddy of the day to?
Oh.
Kimi Antonelli. For
not quitting.
For like, everything's fine. Like, no. Like, it's like, Dad, just stop. No. We're gonna have a nice vacation. We're going to score a point. I can bring home 1 point.
Yeah, your dad's it's like our dad's driving at night. It's like, hey, Dad, maybe I should. No, I got it.
Yeah,
I got it. Dad, that's the wrong. That's actually you're going on. We're driving on the wrong side of traffic. I know. I knew that. I was just trying to see if you were paying attention.
What place are we in? 10th. So you're telling me there's a chance we're staying out?
You're not listed. You're not listed on the insurance. I can't let you drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Radio of the day.
It's either like, ski guys, I'm going home. Or
I mean, that was amazing. Obviously, there was so many good radios today. I mean, there was screw you guys, I'm going home. Fuck this car. Fuck this. There was
we are not in a good place.
Yeah, we are not in a good place. There was gearbox sucks, guys. Been paying attention for a few laps. Gearbox still is fucking trash.
Jenny wants to add, it's like, you got to slow puncture. And George goes, who? And they're like, you. What? Main character, George Russell.
Well, if that must have been the slowest puncture that has ever, because he was like, oh, slow puncture, let me take it around fucking cops and overtake Max Verstappen with a slow puncture. That was
crazy. He like fucking, she's like, let me shove Max Verstappen onto the fucking grass. Maybe possibly get a fucking penalty right before I bring it into the pits. What a fucking psycho he is. That was crazy. Remember when
moments like that?
He was battling Max and then went into the pits. I go, what is the point of that? That's just needless. What if you lose he's Max Verstappen. What if that guy doesn't even want to be there? He would like nothing more than to take off your front wing and ruin your championship. What are you doing?
I think Max did the same thing earlier in the race. I forget who he did it to, but he also got past someone and then went immediately into the pits. And honestly, whenever someone does that, it's like me. I have this thing, and it's not good, but I have this thing that I'll do on the highway. If there's like I drive, I drive pretty fast. Like, I'm not like some type of psycho on in the fast lane, but I'll drive in the fast lane kind of comfortably. I'll be within the flow of traffic, but then every now and again, there'll be just some asshole who's like, I'm going 45 miles faster than the speed. I'm going like obnoxiously too fast.
I'm Vin Diesel in this bitch.
And they'll be riding my tail, and they'll maybe pass me. I'll have to move over. They'll pass me on the outside lane and the right lane or whatever it is. And it ignites something in me. And sometimes what I'll do, and I know this isn't good, but I'll just like go fast enough to pass them one time and then be like, all right, now you go fucking kill yourself. Like, I'm good. I just want to let you know that I can go fast too. And that is what that feels like to me. It's like, okay, now I'm in the pits. Now I'm about to lose 25 seconds.
It's just asserting dominance before submitting.
Yes. Well, it's just like, it's establishing, hey, if I wanted to be a psycho, like, yeah, I could be a psycho too, but I'm not just a pussy who's out here driving 10 miles over. Fuck you. I know it's not good. Anyway, there's more amazing radios from this race. There was Toto after the race to George, in which he said to him, George, congrats for P2. Crazy stuff. To which George said, not finished yet, Toto. And then George saying, if something happens now, that would be a bit crazy. And then Toto said, just about made my day. So there's that. There was also a great moment. A few people said this. Lando said this. I think Bortoletto also said this at the end when they're coming in under the safety car. They both asked. Lando said, so you're not allowed to box, are you? You can't win it in the pit lane, right? Such a shame. Because the pit lane like kind of cuts through. Like, you would technically cross the invisible line of the finish line in the pit lane before the other cars do, especially in a safety car because they're going slowly, that you would actually technically, if like, in the NFL, it's like you can jump out of bounds because the end zone kind of goes like for a while. You can kind of like actually just like jump out of bounds and cross the invisible line out of bounds. He was basically like, can I win this race if I do that? I just love they're all just like kind of cheek. They're all such, there's no, the gentleman's sport of Formula One.
No, they're all a bunch of white collar fucking tax cheats.
Yeah, so that one was
looking for
amazing.
loopholes.
Karen of the day.
Karen of the day. It's obviously Max just endlessly complaining. Endlessly complaining about it. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, or George whining about straight line speed and Toto being like, shut up, George.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up, George.
Yeah.
And then before we get to red flag of the day, locked in with loop moment of the day.
You don't want to give locked in with loop to Liam fucking Lawson.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Lawson has been putting on quietly. Nobody's been paying attention. But Liam Lawson has been putting on a goddamn clinic for V-Carb.
Yep.
You know, he was always been friends. He was being friend zoned by Visa Cash App. Friend zoned by Visa Cash App. Oh, we like you. We don't like you. Oh, let's just be friends. We have sex maybe once or twice. That was a huge mistake. Let's be just friends. I don't want to ruin the friendship. He's in the sport. He's out of the sport. Just a hellish time. And then they bring in this young Arvid Lindblad who spoke like they let him skip all this grades. Like he's like, we got a Kimi too. We got a Kimi. And he comes in. Arvid comes in. You know, I'm here. I have a dream, and it's to be a world champion.
Right.
And I take no prisoners. And Liam's like, that's fine, but and then Liam's just been fucking handling him. And
that first race of the year, Arvid had that great race in Australia.
Right.
Remember?
Right. Everyone's like, up here he comes, the future.
Yeah.
And Lawson's, I know it's Lindblad's first year, but it's a new reg set, so Lawson doesn't have that huge an advantage over Lindblad. Right. And Lawson's never been has not really been stuck in with any team. He's had such a stop-start career. And I've really been impressed with what I've seen. Really consistent. He's kept down the amount of wings and penalties that he's collected, which is
so he
good.
did have one. He had one today. I think he and Oscar.
Piastri. He knocked Piastri into the fucking.
They didn't really show that, but I think that was a tangle with Lawson. But Rome wasn't built in a day, people.
Yeah, right. Progress, not perfection, as they say.
He's been having a great year. I mean, he's got 39 points. Lindblad has 20. He has 2x his points. And I think there's been a lot of narrative. There's a lot of narrative around Lindblad. They rushed him through. He's kind of Red Bull's version of Kimi. And I think it's been a really impressive year from one Liam Lawson. I love that he is locked in with Loop. And Loop, if you don't know, are the best earplugs in the game, people. Boom. Wait for it. Look at those gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous girls. You plug them into your ears. You can actually switch on how much noise you want to let in. Perfect for a concert. Perfect for any type of loud space. If you're someone that gets auditorily overwhelmed, these are the perfect thing for you. Concerts, recitals, any type of space where your ears are at risk. Use Loop and use code REDFLAGS for 20% off at loopearplugs.com. Once again, Red Flags code for 20% off at loopearplugs.com. Okay.
Wait, I want to say this though. It's interesting that it's like they rushed this guy Lindblad through.
Yeah.
And Liam's beating him. Guess who just won in Silverstone in F2 and is leading the championship? This guy Solov, who's a Red Bull driver, who's a Red Bull Junior. So like they have another Red Bull Junior that might just win the F2 championship and then like what or at least finish like top 2, top 3. Like what the fuck are they going to do with him? They're in if Liam really handles him. What do they do? And Hadjar is doing better. So now they got a fucking log. Like the expectation was that Arvid, the expectation was probably that Arvid's going to get on top of Lawson. He has to. Then we could fucking get rid of him and then get Solov in there. And then now we got then we're set for the next year. So I think Liam might be causing issues in that plan.
As did Hadjar did too. They like Red Bull's now had a slew of guys who kind of weren't supposed to be there come in and throw spanners
clogging up the works.
Yeah, we'll see what happens over there.
Hadjar had a nice little result today. He out-qualified Max, and where did he finish? He picked up the pieces when he.
I think he got sixth.
Yeah, I mean Max,
fifth.
But you saw Max was competing for a podium. So
right.
I mean, but he's fucking Max Verstappen, right?
Yeah,
that's what you want. You want, if Max is competing for third, you should be competing for fourth, fifth, sixth. That's good enough. If Max is competing for wins, maybe you get third, fourth. That's what you want. Oh yeah. Also, we got to give a shout out to Colapinto. What's so interesting is now that these races are good, sorry to the F1 fans, they don't show the replay 9 times. Sorry, reg haters. They don't show the replays 9 times. So it's like we didn't see how the fuck Colapinto started way the fuck out of nowhere, finished 9th. He must have had a great start that we didn't see. And he went from 19th to 9th. I mean, what an amazing performance from him. I mean, did he do anything weird with his strategy, or did he just have in the chat? No, his strategy was he stopped relatively early. But
no, he did a normal strategy.
Yeah, normal strategy.
Gained 10 places. Gasly gained 5. Really solid race from Colapinto.
Yeah.
Really, really, really solid race from him. Red flag of the day.
Okay, well, we already talked extensively about the FIA.
Yes.
Already talked extensively about the FIA. So I'm going to go a little bit on a tangent here and talk about what I spoke about on the Patreon, which you should subscribe to because you would have gotten a preview of this take. Patreon really helps pay the bills, keeps us in business. So my red flag of the day is all these alternative liveries and helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like Arvid Lindblad. There was all these meals made of Arvid Lindblad's specialty helmet. He's like, I got a new helmet. I don't even know what the fuck your old helmet looks like. Okay. Dude, you just got here. Can you establish a brand before you remix? It's like, you can't remix. Like, can you get on top of your teammate? Right? Can you get on top of Liam Lawson, who nobody rates like as an A+ driver before you got to be a hit before you remix it. You got to be a hit. It's like Cadillac changing its livery to the United States of America's colors. Like, we don't want to be associated with you. Why don't you fucking stop fucking finishing in last place when you fucking finish it all before our country's got enough fucking PR problems without you fucking piling on, Cadillac. What kind of world is it where we're like, please God, no, we're with Haas. We're with Haas. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing us. Like, no fucking remixes until you start throwing out bangers. Like, Red Bull can do a remix. Mercedes could do a remix. Even McLaren today, it's like, it was a livery back from 1776 when it was white and gray. I'm like, nobody gives a fuck. And guess what? On the TV, it looks like every other fucking car. I'm like, what I love about the McLaren is this, it's the McLaren.
Yeah.
On TV, I'm like, what the fuck? It looks like a Mercedes because it kind of looks silver and greenish. Am I crazy?
I don't know if it looked like a Mercedes, but it did look kind of like every other bitch. You know, like I was kind of like.
Here's the thing. When soccer, because when football teams, basketball teams, soccer teams, they play each other. They look at the jerseys and they go, "No, you got to wear this one and you got to wear that one. Otherwise, it's fucking confusing." Somebody's got to be like, "You can't run that livery." No, sorry. There's already other fucking cars. Like, you got bright orange. That's good. Stick with bright orange. Like, 1 week they're going to go, I know they're going to go chrome 1 week because to do the Dennis era maybe. And then it's like, well, fuck. Audi's already chrome. Mercedes is already chrome. Thank God Audi's already in the fucking back, so we don't have to worry about them. But what if Audi starts fighting? Then we're shit out of luck. It's like, you guys, it's like it's such amateur hour with this. No, you can't run that livery. No, you cannot.
Valtteri Bottas having a United States themed helmet. Pick a country, dude. Pick a
fucking country. Pick a fucking country. And it's like, Ollie Behrman had a new helmet. I'm like, dude, you just fucking got here. I don't know what your old helmet looks like. Like, Lewis, I can pick his helmet. Charles, I know his helmet. Like, he can do a specialty helmet. Lando, I know his fucking helmet. It's the yellow with the squiggles. So if he wants to do if he wants to like spice it up, like, you know, if he wants to spice up his sex life, he can. It's like, you don't get out the handcuffs and the fucking whips and chains on the third date and start doing role playing. It's like, I just fucking met you, dude. I just fucking met you. What are you doing? Arvid, you're at VCarve. You might not even be here next year. What are you doing, dude? It's like, I get it. You're caught up. You caught up in the moment. You want to have a specialty helmet, but like it's it's so stupid to me. It's fucking stupid.
I think that's all that needs to be said there. That's beautiful.
I think there should be, honestly, there's too many regulations, but there should be regulations about the colors that you choose and the helmet. Like, you got to save these guys from themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're a rookie driver, no specialty helmets. Pick a helmet. You get that for the year. Let people get used to, like, Lewis, you're like, that's the yellow. Because it's like, you get to know, guess what? The two cars are the fucking same. So how do I know it's Charles? Because I see a red helmet. How do I know it's Lewis? Because I see a yellow helmet. Like, this shit matters. Like, everyone's fucking navel gazing about their own journey. They don't think about the audience. They don't think about the fans. Also, you want to give a red flag too? Sorry, this is going to cut people the wrong way. But this is something I noticed at Silverstone. Energy, pretty low. Pretty low energy Jeb Bush at the Silverstone circuit. When Lewis Hamilton won the race, when I was there, low energy. I wanted to see people fucking partying hard. I wanted to see people, celebrating, right? This was a big, and I came with my tits out like, who's ready? Who's ready? And it was everybody just like, oh, got to get back to the car park. And what, okay, right?
Yeah.
Near the end of the race, what happens? Max Verstappen, Lando's greatest enemy, wipes out right in front of the Lando stands. I see nothing. I don't see a fuck anywhere, but they're just sitting there. Get up, roar. What are you doing? Boo. Like, this is the op, right? What? I saw nothing from them. I'm like, you guys all piled into this fucking thing. The greatest thing ever happened. Ever. His mortal foe. The guy that's the anti-Lando, who's a dick, who ends don't justify the means. The ends justify the means. Fuck the power of friendship, right? Nice guys finish last. Like, everything that Lando stands for, he stands against, and he wipes out right in front of you. And you guys, I don't see anything. I see no movement from the crowd. I'm sorry, but if that had happened in Brazil, ape shit. Everyone goes ape shit. When Lance Stroll wipes out in Brazil, they all go crazy, and they say, they're screaming for Drugovich. They were screaming for Drugovich.
Yeah,
I mean, that's passion. Guess what? All the real passionate fans, they're in the United States. They're here for the World Cup. That's where all the fucking passionate UK fans are. And of course,
and they don't
watching
exist.
our podcast. And of
That's
course,
right.
the British ones watching our podcast.
The Brits who watch the pod are the fucking real ones. But yeah, no, most British F1 fans are nerds. The fun British fan, people who are fun, who party, who get into it, who are fans of sport, are fans of football, soccer, and it's just not the case. Whereas Italian fans, Monza, if Charles Leclerc was going against any Mercedes, even if it was Kimi Antonelli, if Charles Leclerc or Lewis Hamilton is battling in Monza this year, if Charles Leclerc or Lewis Hamilton is battling against Kimi Antonelli, there will be cheers if Kimi Antonelli beaches it. That's what will happen, because that's what fandom looks like. And you're right. British fans, don't bring the heat. Don't bring the fucking heat. Even if they run to the podium.
Smarminess. They really bring the smarminess and the smugness, but not but that's about it.
And you know what? You could have gotten all that yesterday if you had signed up for our Patreon, because we wouldn't be anywhere without our patrons, most specifically our daddies. So we got to thank Kayla, Robin, Jordan Texera, Jay Lingo, Spencer Grieve, Javier, Sheila Valeri, Chandler, Allison, Ali Santana, Carla Juarlo, Kimberly Quaden, Alonso of My Face 69, Donya Denad, Deadbeat Daddy Muhammad, Jimmy, Kimmy, sponsored by Mommy of the Pod, Hollister 584, Delusional Science Fan, Kat, Future Dog Tour Dion, Steph Grossi, Laura, Emily Gillenwater, Cody Hollis, my F1 Daddy, Branch W, Keep Up the Science Hate, Hunter Scruggs, Salmonella, Mozzarella, I'm a Leclerc fan, and yes, it hurts, not today, Jay Kess, George Russell is evil, Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3, Matt Edwards is always right, I wish I was Max and Daddy's love child, Delaney Andrews, Henry Cassie, Miles Lewis, Alexander Gibb, Mickey B, K. the Briar, Eve the Y, Devin, aka the Victor Dr. Sullivan's PA, Courtney Frazier, Yuki Sonoda's other mother, Jenny is the reason I am a daddy, Megan, Aaron, Pineapple with a Y, Matt has a secret winner for Carlos Sainz. Unfortunately, it's Gary, Carolina. My name is AJ, and fuck the HOA. K-Mac and fuck smash my door any day. The official F1 race program and its executive editor, Sarah. I got tickled by the Tifosi. Hey, Jet, good luck out there. Allison Sane, Zhuzh, F1 Dude Company, Trent Slickman, Code Brown Sonoda, Jerome Ferreira, Lapinto is a fraud, Aaron, Shahid, Jeans Rocks or Chohan, Tata Lick my balls, Stay Fierce, Charles Leclerc, Truth Bring 'em Mama Burns, Arthur Leclerc is hotter, Car Lost Sites, OP Goblin, right meow, James, DNCTT, Finney, Daddy Kev, not Magnuson, Mr. Ed, Bobby, Lana Norris's unofficial girlfriend. Why do I always talk to on this name, Winkin? Lizzie Y, Jafar from afar, Stroll paid the troll toll to get in the boys' hole. Andrew Prisco, Rojo the Bambino, the Great Paulbino, Sausage Boy Atticus, Uno Cinco, Scott Menz likes Cappuccino Lays, and our honorary daddy this week, every week, Nicole Piastri. If you want to come a daddy of the pod, go to patreon.com/TRFpod and join the resistance today. We will see you for Vanka Hours on Wednesday, and we will see you. We've got a week off before the one and the only Spa. We'll see you on Wednesday, Vekas.
Goodbye, Vankas.